How to sell anything to anyone at any time. That's what I'm going to share with you today on this edition of the Inside BS Show. Hi, my name is Dave Lorenzo, and here are the 5 things I'm going to share with you on how to sell anything to anyone at any time. And then at the end of our time together, I'm going to share a 6th thing, a secret to success that you're not going to want to miss. You got to stay with me to the end of the video to get that secret to success. Step 1 in how to sell anything to anyone at any time is identify the ideal client. You don't want to be in front of somebody who has no money. You don't want to be in front of somebody who can't make a decision on whether to hire you or not. You don't want to be in front of someone who doesn't have a problem you can solve. And you don't want to be in front of someone who doesn't want to make a decision right now. Those are the 4 things that every person needs to have before you ever open your mouth to talk to them or before you ever meet with them. So if you want to sell anything to anyone, the first thing you need to do is make sure the person you're talking to has a problem you can solve. You want to make sure they're a decision maker. You want to make sure they have money, and you want to make sure they're ready to go and ready to do business right now. So you've got to ask a lot of questions to make sure those conditions are there. If all of those conditions are there, you're in front of an ideal client. So target people who are just like your best clients. That's the first step to selling anything to anyone. Step number 2, you want to uncover problems. What does that mean? You have to be the most empathetic person these people have ever met. You have to go into every situation with your ideal client looking to help and looking to make a difference to that person. What does that mean? You have to ask questions in an empathetic way. You have to make sure they know that you genuinely want to help and make sure they understand that you only succeed if they succeed. And then you can move on to step number 3. And step number 3 is deliver value first. And this may be the most important thing in selling anything to anyone at any time. What do I mean? You shouldn't just walk in and ask for business. What you should do is, in every case, try and deliver a referral to your prospective client, and that referral should put some money in their pocket or make a difference in their personal life. I'm going to say that again because it's so important. The very first thing you should do when you connect with someone for the first time is deliver value through a referral. That referral can be a piece of business, or that referral can be something important to that person in their personal life. I got in to meet with a hospital executive when I was a little baby consultant, and nobody knew me from a hole in the wall. And the way I got in to meet him was I found out that his daughter was applying to Columbia University, where I went to graduate school. I arranged for his daughter to have an informational interview with the dean of the School of Strategic Communications at Columbia University. And when she applied, she listed the dean as someone who is a reference because she had that interview with him and it went very well. Well, that hospital executive thought I was the best person in the world, and I got a meeting with him, I got a meeting with his boss, and I ended up doing over $3 million worth of business with that hospital system because of the introductions that gentleman made. And the reason he made it is because he knew I had an interest in helping him be successful, helping his family be successful, and I did it with no strings attached. Incidentally, it was 3 years after I made that introduction, 3 years after I made that connection. His daughter was in her 2nd year of college when I finally got the meeting with the CEO of the healthcare system. It wasn't like a quid pro quo, but it took 3 years for that person to set up the meeting. But the whole time, he knew I was out for his best interest. I saw him at events. We connected a number of different times, and he always held me in high esteem. I never threw it in his face that I did that. And candidly, when I finally met the CEO of that healthcare system, I had forgotten all about how I had helped the other gentleman. It just was one of those things that this is what I did day in and day out. Now, I'm going to tell you that for every 5 times you do something like that, you're only going to get something out of it for yourself or for your company 1 out of 5 times. But that 1 out of 5 times could make all the difference in the world. So deliver value first. That's step number 3. Step number 4, qualify the prospective client. You need to make sure that client's ready to do business with you right now, that they have urgency. So if you want to sell anything to anyone at any time, the first question out of your mouth when it comes time to talk business should be, why am I here? Why is it important for you to solve this problem right now? The answer to that question will tell you if they're ready to do business with you. If they say, look, Dave, if we don't solve this now, we're going to go out of business, you know you got something going. If they say to you, Dave, listen, I got to solve this problem now. My boss is breathing down my neck, you know you got something good happening there. If they say, listen, we figured it was time to talk to somebody about this, they might not be qualified to work with you. So step 4, make sure the prospective client has the urgency, make sure they're qualified to do business with you. Step number 5, make an offer and follow up. So many times people ask people to work with them and the person says, let me think about it, or the person says, I'm not sure, and then the salesperson goes away. You've got to follow up until they buy or die, and then you got to follow up afterwards to enhance the lifetime value of that relationship. So if you're looking to maximize your opportunities, you're going to constantly make offers to people. There are people that I call every couple of months and I make a different offer to them, and you'll be amazed. I make offers 6 times a year, and for 3 years they say no to me. In the 4th year, they're like, you know what? Now's the right time, Dave. Thank you for keeping in touch with me. I'm so glad you did. Let's do business. Follow-up is the key to success in anything, but in sales, follow-up is the ultimate key to success, to selling anything to anyone at any time. All right, I promised you a secret, a big secret to success in selling anything to anyone at any time. That key is not only follow-up, but it's being in front of the person at the right time. How do you do that? Here's your secret to success. Use a system. I know what you're thinking. Dave, I don't have a system. I don't have time to develop a system. I'm not sure what you mean by a system. Don't worry. I want you to take my system. Go to this website right now, revenueroadmapguide.com, revenueroadmapguide.com. Enter your contact info in that website. You'll be able to download my system called the Revenue Roadmap. This is the system to sell anything to anyone at any time. Download it, answer the questions at the back of that workbook, and you can customize the system for you and for your business. It will make things infinitely easier. It will give you a step-by-step guide to selling anything to anyone at any time. You want more on how to sell anything to anyone at any time? I've got another video for you that's going to help you do that right below me right now. Watch that video. I'll see you there.